Yo guys, what is going on? My name is Hybrid Nuke and I hope you are having a good day. We are back for AOR. This is F3 and it's round 3 here at Bahrain. Now this first lap was pretty decent. I know that I could have gone a lot faster, or I say a lot faster, let's talk in racing terms. 3-4 tenths is in racing terms a lot faster, but you know, you got to be happy with what you got. It's a nice first banking lap. Anyway, I'll shut up and let you watch. So I've headed into the pits. I've come back out. I've done another lap, failed miserably. I locked up into turn 9, I think it is. So I kind of aborted that lap. As you'll see over this lap, I'm up, I'm down, kind of all over the place as for the timing screens. It was my lap to try and do a lot better. I'm sitting currently in P2. I know I can be P1 with the pace that I have, but it's you'll see. It didn't quite work out. So I end up in P3, and that's the best lap that I could do. I'm 0.038 behind first place there. The rest of the field all within a second, again showing incredible pace. You know, it astonishes me each week to show that people are this consistent in F3. It's great to watch. As you can see, it shows 3 or 2 stops, sorry, but I'll be going for the 1 stop and I'll be giving myself 31.2 laps of fuel. And here we go, 5 lights and away we go. So, as you can see, up until this point, it's been pretty much smooth sailing. I've just decided to stick behind Ash. We are ever so slightly pulling away. Unfortunately, I know that I have the pace to just pull away if I do decide to just overtake. But for now, we're keeping it kind of nice and consistent, maintaining my tyres, maintaining my fuel, and I can kind of just sit behind him here happily. He is braking though, ever so slightly early. On some of the corners it is quite heavily early, so I'm just applying a bit more pressure, just see where he's weakest, and perhaps where he's strongest, and see where I can overtake. Now here I coast in, and I literally coast into that corner, and unfortunately I'm a little bit annoyed because as for the second race in a row, I now have the tiniest bit of wing damage, which you will then see cost me quite a lot. And from then on, I'm no longer able to sit on the rear of him and just be nice and consistent. I don't have the front end grip once again, which is unfortunate to say the least. But you know, at these points, these situations, you just got to cope with and try and make the best of. See where, you know, come up with different ideas, different thoughts. When can you pit? You know, try and change your pit and try and make the both of this situation. Again, you notice that he's braking earlier than me there, pretty much all throughout the track. I did have a word with him. He said he wasn't too happy with the car stability, which is fair enough. I understand it. It's just, as you can imagine, knowing that I had the pace to just overtake and lead, I definitely think I could have pulled away by a few seconds and led and possibly taken the win. But this tiny piece of wing damage has kind of cost me here. But you will see. Anyway, I'll let it carry on. So, I've managed to make a little mistake that turned into a big mistake. So a little lock up turned into me massively overshooting the corner, and I end up under massive pressure from the guys behind. I did manage to have a little go around here, but he had the nice line, so I stayed behind. But with DRS, I can only hope that I'll overtake him here. I see the guy on the left hand side behind us, trying to box him in a little with deck there, and managed to park it right on the apex. Oh, and then massive oversteer cost me once again. So the car at this point was just all over the place. Had understeer, a little bit of oversteer, but I'm still sat here side by side. Then the car goes up on the inside of me here, so I'm trying to keep the gap between him and deck.
Fuck off.
Everybody's just all over me here. Ash is pulling away, which is a shame, and I'm just kind of stuck here. He goes for another move down the inside there. I know that I'm going to get traction on the inside, but with his soft tyres and my eight lap, oh, and he leaves. He leaves very little room. I get kind of heated in the moment of the race. At this point I know it's just time to give up. This wing is just not holding up for me. I decide, as you can see, to change my wing to repair yes. I just want to get this wing, get my car back to normal and see if I can get anything out of it, like last race, sorry, where I managed to get 3rd place. At this point, I've still, I've got some tyres that are decent, and I've got my car that's pretty well set up. Unfortunately, Crazy Legs, who pitted 2 or 3 laps later than me, where I would have ideally liked to have pitted, is got that fresh rubber, and is kind of able to just keep the gap between us. Though it's there, I've definitely got the pace, but I'm just kind of using him, sticking with him, and following him throughout the field in hopes bring me up into a podium. As you can see, we're catching people now. I'm now in P6. The horrible crash between my teammate and Deck. Deck just seemed to lose the car and crash straight into my teammate Ace, but all a little bit deep there, but all is well. So we got Bankai Bullet, Crazy Legs, and a couple of other drivers ahead of us. At this point, I'm feeling pretty happy. I managed to claw myself back up to 5th, as Jonas and I get a little bit of oversteer there. I know I can still try and make something out of this, possibly 4th, possibly 3rd. I still got a little bit of tyre left in me as
Why didn't you leave me
space,
there. Man?
I have the opportunity to either try and go down the inside of him. That's a little bit risky, especially with him following Jonas there, and him would be boxing us both in. So I try and outbrake him slightly here. I know I've got to go wide. Let's go for that cutback. Slight little touch there. And then we have and then we have a little bit of contact there. To be honest, I think it was just a racing incident. I would naturally slow down, but two things. As I said, I think it was just a racing incident. Not really enough room left. I could have gone onto the curb, but that's not where the track is. The track is within the white lines. Not only that, I'm screwed at this point. I'm back down to, or I'm in P6. I don't have the tyres, and I've got Jos who ahead of me has been showing some decent pace behind me and putting me under increasing pressure whilst behind me with his fresher tyres also. So now we're on lap 28 out of 29. This and the next lap remaining. At this point, I've just kind of given up. I know I've got P5, or at least I hope I've got P5, provided I can look after my tyres. They weren't looking in a very good state, let's just put it that way. So as you'll see, I'm driving very conservatively, just trying to make sure I hit the apexes and keep this oversteer, any lockups under control. I know that my right front has got a little bit more wear, or a little less wear than my front left and my rears, so any lockups I'm kind of just hoping goes onto that one instead of any other tyre. But this is where it's at. I'm in P5, 2 laps to go, and I can only just hope that, as you can see, 73% wear. It's not really an ideal situation you want to be in, so this is where I'm going to finish. So there we go. All in all, I think it was a pretty decent race. I know I had the pace to lead and win. Even with my wing damage, as you can see, I've finished 11 seconds behind. That's with me changing a wing, and a few other incidences. I know I could have just destroyed the field if I'm completely honest. But you know, we're given these circumstances, you've got to try and make the best out of it. I'm not sure where I'll be in the championship now, but with my first race without a line, I think it went pretty well. Anyway guys, I will see you in the next video. Take care and have a good week.